Yo, 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 indigenize the world. And this live going. Talking about content, purpose, creation, what people should do in order to, I don't know, if they want to gain a following or use these platforms, how do they use them? How should people be inspired to use them? Where do people find inspiration? How do people keep going? They've been doing, or if they've been doing it for a long time, how do people keep going? That's what we're going to be talking about right now. So, yes, sir. So I'm getting Lunar Dragon in here.
She losing her son, lost in the blues. He carried a gun, lost in the streets, feeling so numb, feel so alone. He's not the only one. So many young, left in the cold. The sun, one more hit, left him dead. Hit him some dark and he breathing again, breathing again. Broken city goes psycho, middle of the night, go easy. Mama help.
Already.
World gone crazy, psycho city, y'all want problems, we got plenty, man's been looting, people still shooting, world gone crazy, world gone crazy. Shout out to mama, she losing her son, lost in the blues, he carry a gun, lost in the streets, feeling so numb, feel so alone, he not the only one, so many young, left in the cold, under the sun, one more hit, left him dead, hit him so dark and he breathing again, city go psycho, middle of the night, go easy, mama out.
Yo. What's good, y'all? What's good? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Give me some hearts or something. Tell me something. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Hope everybody's doing good. Everybody's doing good. All right. I'm just waiting for the artists to get here, see what's going on. I'm doing a swell day right now. Keeping the vibes up. Yes, always. The highest order. Oh yeah, brother. You're in the house. We're getting things going, getting things started. We're just talking about content creation. I want to talk to this particular artist, just because she's doing her thing. She has a journey. She's in here. All right, let's go. There she is. With us. Hello. I'm just waiting for it real quick. That's what we talking about. That's what I want to capture. These vibes, our journey. Yo, with Luna, what's good?
Hi,
How you doing? Let me get
I'm
out of this real
good.
quick.
How are you?
Doing all right?
I like your TV.
Nice. You can do it too.
Okay. Where's that at?
Just those little stars,
Little stars.
some
Okay.
effects. Yeah. Switch it up if you want, you know? You do it like this.
Oh, I like that. That's why.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Check those out. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But how you doing? You doing all
Good.
right?
How are you?
Doing good?
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's why I want to talk to you.
Who
You
is
know, we got a
that?
journey. My little daughter right here.
I didn't know you had a daughter.
Yeah, I got a daughter. She's two.
She's two?
Yep.
Can I
She's two
see?
now. She's two now. So now it's like, you know, she can play. I
Oh
can
my
tell her to, hey,
God.
go get some food, drink some water. So that's what it's like and why I'm creating more because now she's learning more, you know?
Wow.
Yeah. So as I'm doing this, like my whole setup here too, like I got my microphone right here, you know, like
Hey.
she sees me creating, she sees me doing this stuff, you know? So like
Wow.
as well as that, you know, I'm trying to get her to as well as other people to capture their process, capture their journey, you know? Why?
Yeah.
Because these little ones, they're going to tune in, they're going to look up you, they might look up whoever, you know? And sometimes you never know who might get inspired because of what you've shown, what you
Hmm.
share, or not what you share, what you are, what, you know, some people don't realize the power of this, these apps, these mobile apps, this technology, you know, a lot of the older generation, but we do, and we have a message and we're going to use it in such a way that carries our message, you know, and you have a message and a Luna Dragon, you know, you as an artist and but you as a human being, if you can tell us who you are, where you come from, where you well,
Okay, so my performer name that I've chosen is a Luna Dragon. The reason being is I've been really connected to the moon for a long time, and I feel like my higher self is a dragon. So that's where that came from. So I actually come from Flagstaff. So that's our sacred mountain of the West, Donc Onsleen. That's where I was born and raised, and my family is up in Ganado. Um, but me, I am a performer, so I've been doing dance performances for a decade now at festivals, events, and then I remember seeing Rez at, so I've been raving for a really long time, and I saw Rez, and she was just like Queen Bee up there, and I'm like, that's what I want. I want to be the top and center, and I love to perform and be on stage, and some people one of the things that's come up is like people are like, oh, that's kind of like narcissistic. You want to be in the light. And I'm like, I don't know. I love being on stage and it lights me up. And generally, when you're passionate, people can feel that and it inspires them. So it's like it empowers me because I feel great and I get to do my thing and it empowers the people around me. So I feel like it's a reciprocal energy exchange and I just want to keep doing that. And a lot of what I do with my lyricism and stuff. So I actually was a poet for like 3 or 4 years back in high school, and I did poetry slams. And I remember going to National Poetry Slam. I competed in Slam Nationals, and I just remember leaving feeling kind of empty and kind of like I didn't get anything out of it. Like everyone had a lot to say, they had a lot to share, they had beautiful verbiage, amazing lyrics and skills, and I still left feeling empty. And so when I took that with me, I was like, and I didn't write for a very long time after that. And what I realized is like, if I'm going to be using my voice and being on stage for this amount of time, like I better have something good to fucking say, and I better have something to share that's like
you know,
leaves you not feeling empty, leaves you feeling inspired
mhm.
and hopeful. Like even with all the shit that we go through, a lot of us are artists and poets, we share our hardship because, it's like it's
powerful for us. It means a lot to us. It's emotional. And some people will get stuck in that pain and that sadness. And so for me, I try to always transmute it and turn that pain into power with whatever song I'm writing. So that's generally how things go, you know, with like the way I write.
Nice. So you're from Flagstaff.
Yes, I was born and raised
Yep.
there.
Yep. So you see the racism there. You see a lot of the prejudice there too.
Yes.
Growing up. Okay. Yep.
Well, and I'm half white. My dad's German, so I've never really been on in one or the other. So that's been also interesting, being kind of like a black sheep from everything. You know, I'm not white and I'm
Yep.
not
Yep.
full blood
Yep.
native. So there is even prejudice with that, unfortunately.
Yep. Talk about it. Because there's so many young people and other people out there, that have that same feeling. For me, people always like to categorize me in. Growing up, you look Mexican, come at me looking Spanish and all that stuff, and be like, no, I'm this, I'm that, and then they're kind of like, look at you like, oh, okay, well, that didn't matter, but
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like I try not to make it a big issue, but how I do it, everybody has their way of like we do it with fashion, we do it the way wear our hair, we do it, with tattoos. For me, that's what I do. I got tattoos on me. People be like, oh, that dude's native, and so they come at me correctly, I guess, and that's,
Mm,
but for me, that's these symbols are more than that, more than identifying, and that's so you as an artist, you when you realize that I have to come with it a little bit harder, and I have to keep going, keep going. I'm sure you had them ups and downs, those ups and downs, and they're never ending as an artist. And I hear
and as
one
a
of your tracks,
human,
yeah, as a human, like one of your tracks right now. I was just playing it, the track on your SoundCloud. You know,
yeah.
you said that's an old track, but you brought it back. Why did you bring that back?
So that was one of the first songs that I got recorded, and one of the first songs I think I put it on there. The first songs I felt really proud about. I was
Yeah.
writing for a while, and I wasn't feeling like my peers were that supportive, and it was a little disheartening, you know. But that song, when I wrote it, I was like, this hits. This is like powerful, and
Yeah.
so I performed it all the time for a while. But it really
Digging
talks
deep.
about my
Yeah.
what I'm kind of talking about is my struggles with so I talk about having like a hole in my heart, and it feels like it's like deep trauma, I would say. And as I'm
Yeah.
like on my path of like healing and learning about shadow work and childhood trauma, past life trauma, all of that, I I felt like it's really impacted my self-worth in a lot of ways. Like throughout my life, I've just felt so unworthy, unlovable, so many things. So the reason why I brought it back is because a lot of these things have been really triggered for me in the last like month or so, where I've been really feeling those emotions again of like a lack of worthiness, a lack of not feeling seen or loved or important or special. So that's why I decided to release it, because I've been sitting on it for a while, and I was just like, you know what? Like, fuck it. Like, it's relatable to how I feel, and it's a song that I was like really proud of that I just never put out there.
It's I was surprised. I was like, wow, this chick has her own sound. She has her own vibe. And I was like, so, like, even the first track I heard when I first met you, I think it was Little Dark Angel. You put that one out. And I was like, whoa, this is some, like, in your face. This is the vibes I wanted, like, now. I want people to feel like it's like, I don't know, they're so in the moment. I love how everything feels about those tracks you put out that are just so in your face. You can tell
Thank
your
you.
message. You can tell your message is that, yeah, I'm struggling. I'm doing all this, but I'm doing the light work. Like one of your bars, like I'm doing the light work. I'm doing everything for the greater good. So why you and that's one thing that I've like from following you and how you put your content out. One thing that I see and I heard is like people judging you, people like telling you about how you portray yourself on the social media platforms. What do you have to say about that? Like, what do you got to say talking about that?
So when I grew up, I grew up with my dad, and my dad is a musician and he was an artist. He went to art school. So he's just been super open-minded. So I was never told how to dress. I was never told what to do with my life. And then when it came to my art, he was always like, express yourself, express yourself. And then as an artist and with my page, like I've tried to involve myself with certain groups and whatnot, and they were like basically told me they didn't like the way I like presented myself. And then there's a lot of stigmas around sexuality and around the woman's body and like what is right and what is not right. And it's been really challenging for me because a lot of even past partners that I've been with have kind of told me like, the way you dress, people are going to judge you, or the way you present yourself, people are going to think less of you or look down on you. And I just, I understand that thought process, but I feel like I can't keep playing into that, because that's the issue right there is like, oh, you guys think that I need to change myself so you'll respect me. Like, why don't you just learn how to respect everyone and, my free will, my sovereignty to do what I want to do? Because I'm not hurting anybody, I'm not like, it's all for me. So when I get up in the morning and I look in the mirror, I'm like, this is how I want to dress. This is how I present myself. And one of the things that's been really encouraging for me, because, a lot of my life, honestly, is very much has been a lot of themes in my life has been around sexuality. So I have sexual trauma from a very young age, and like my family has a history of it. A lot of the people that I attract into my life have had sexual trauma. So it's just a theme that's been going on for a long time. And, part of me is like, oh, like, I could tone myself down and I could go dress a certain way to appear a certain way to certain people, or, which would be repressing myself, which would be repressing my self-expression, or I could just be me and do it. And so when I do, I've had a few people come up to me and just be like, we really love how you just, you're comfortable with yourself. You're comfortable with your sexuality. When you dance, you're comfortable in your body and your sensuality, and you're okay with that. And like, they're like, I'm so inspired by that. I've had like women come up to me and tell me that. And so those little tiny reminders right there, I'm like, okay, I'm doing the right thing just by being myself. Because like the people who really can understand it and who can vibe and like appreciate it are going to be inspired and not be like put off. And the people who are put off are just like probably not my people.
Hmm. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that you chosen to speak up about it and put it within your content that you're doing, that you're putting out there. Because those people, they know that like we see you, like okay, we get it, but we're not doing this for y'all. Don't think these songs are all about you, or whatever. Like these are for the greater good of my health. Which I'm glad that you spoke about. Like this is all about how you feel. I feel good when I do these things. I feel good about talking to people. I feel good about talking to people about what they have to promote right now and what they're doing right now to get all that prepared for. Or if it's all prepared, here it is. This is what it is. And this for me as a person, as a human, this is what brings me like okay, like I love listening to people. I love hearing their story. And
Aww.
and so that's what this page is like more geared towards. These Instagrams geared towards is like, okay, you're doing all this. What's your message right now? So like, what is your message? What is your message like to the people that you are trying to reach? To the people that are listening to you right now. What's your message? What do you
So,
got to say?
oh, I love your daughter in the background. So, okay, My message and my whole journey has been about healing myself and healing all of the shit that I came from, because I came from a fucked up family, and us as indigenous people have come from a lot of shit. So we're out here trying to transmute that and trying to change all of that for ourselves. So for me, it's been healing myself and working through all of the hardships. And like one of my first songs that I released is You Create Your Own Light. So it's a journey going inwards and remembering that you are whole, you are light, you are love, all on the inside, that you are worthy, you are divine, you are perfect, you are important, you are sacred, you are so loved by the Divine Mother, by our Mother Earth, and to just coming back to that and remembering that. And that's what all the shadow work is. And I feel like me as an individual, I grew up listening to, you know, punk rock, metal, ska, and I became a raver, and then now we got the hip hop with the blending of the genres. So I feel like me just being myself, you know, like all those people, you're my people, we're the misfits, we're the different ones, we're the black sheep, and like it's cool to be that, you know, and just keep owning it and keep doing your art and keep being unique and weird and different and special and loving yourself, you know. And it's a message of empowerment, self-empowerment.
Yep. And that's what I love about your journey right now, because you're going through it, you know, you're putting out this content and you're getting people, you're getting feedback, and you're telling the people, well, you know, I'm going to keep doing me. I'm going to keep creating what I like to create, you know, and as an artist, you know, and other people that are watching, you know, this is, it's simple as that. And for you, it takes confidence, you know, it takes a strength within yourself. It takes a strength for any artist, because a lot of them ain't making money right now, but somehow, some way, they're making art. They're still thinking of ways to create, how to create. And as you know, for me, that's all I've been studying is how do you get your message out there. And
Mm.
as you know, and what other platforms are you using? If you have any messages for that, like how do you use these platforms, like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, like.
I just started using TikTok, so I'm like learning what I want to do with that. But then I have like my music videos on YouTube, and then Instagram's been my main focus, just because I feel like I can really put all my art there, you know, with my dancing and my like the modeling stuff, and then some videos and whatnot. But I really, the other thing that I do, so I do healing work, and I've been doing like massage and energy work, and I'm learning about shamanism. I'm just learning a bunch of different stuff. So I think like the biggest thing and my biggest driving force is my spiritual journey, and like sharing the knowledge that I've been gaining with that is really important for me. And one of the other things I want to say too about the music is that one of the things I was noticing, for instance, with like Lil Peep, you know Lil Peep, right?
Yeah,
Ghost Main, all
I
that,
do.
like
Yeah.
the sad boy rap, like I really fuck with it because it's like a blending of genres, like I said, but it's all very sad, you know, and if you listen to it for so long, like you get kind of depressed because it like reprograms your brain, the frequencies. So I think it's important as people who are aware to be putting out content that inspires people and that reprograms their brains in the right ways, you know, and it's okay to get like sad and dark and shit, just as long as you like keep, you know, reaching for the light, keep looking for that. And I feel like there's a lot of ways we can utilize the platforms to share, you know, just knowledge. Like I've done a few breathwork videos, I've done a few like mantra things, you know, just sharing positive things for people who, you know, everyone goes through shit. Everyone's struggling at times in their lives, and we're all overcoming things. So tools, resources, information on how people can help themselves.
Yeah, I like that, because that's right there is the key. Some people are following you for one thing, you know. Some people only come to you for one thing or one type of sound, one type of message. Usually because the attention span is so low and
Yeah.
so short, you know. So they like to say, "Well, okay, created this content. This is what's going out." You know, so it's like a lot of the artists nowadays got to really understand what is that one thing, what is that one sound, what is that message, and grow with that, and let that journey, let that be the starting point within your journey, you know. And that's one thing for me. So I got this Instagram, and I'm using these Instagram lives to also cut and break, you know, and edit, and then I throw those edits on TikTok, you know, of some
Nice.
inspirational words, or you know, some real life experience words, and that's what goes on TikTok, you know. So then that'll
Ooh,
generate those, you know, within what people are liking and, you know,
yeah, I like
needing right
that.
now. And then the whole full video then goes on YouTube, you
Okay.
know. And then but the main, and also here on Instagram if it allows it. Some of them only go like 1 hour, and then if anything above that, it cuts off and it won't really upload sometimes, rarely. But everything that's like lower than an hour is okay. So, but other than that, that's like just knowing how to use these applications, knowing what to put out at what time, studying your demographic. This is most views. I get on this day during this time, so it's like stuff like that. People
There's
need
a
to,
lot, yeah, there's a lot of details about it.
yeah, stuff like that. But once you study and you get your message on point, then you should then everything else, is just creating, because that's the consistency. That's the word. So that's what I love about these lives. So somebody always wants to talk about something. So let's talk about it, and let's keep these messages getting pushed out.
What's your
So
message?
my message is promoting right now, promoting each other, promote what we got, adding to that consistency. I'm trying to help everybody keep going. If not, well, what struggle? How can we turn that struggle into a motivation, into just another chapter in life? But there's always a next chapter. Trying to make people realize that this is not the end point. This is, that there's always going to be another day. Might not be a good day tomorrow, but at least we know that those better days are coming. Those gooder days. Yep.
Good days.
Those gooder days. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. But I
Hey,
try not to make it too much about me. Just try to make it more or less about what else do you have to say? Is there anything else that you're promoting right now? If you want people to follow, what link should they? You go to your link tree. What link should they link up to?
well, the first thing I want to say in that regards is just like, I really love what you're doing, and I really have been super inspired by people on TikTok and Instagram. A lot
Hey,
of
hey, hey,
indigenous
calm down.
people are, posting a lot, and we have so many like young indigenous people making themselves famous out there, and I just really think that we all need to support each other and love each other, and I know that the world has been really intense and challenging, and there's a lot of like back and forth battling of like who's right, who's wrong. But at the end of the day, like we're all in this together, and we're all, we've all been kind of subjected to, the conditioning, the programming, the trauma of our society for generations. So, like, let's have compassion and help build each other up, because the tighter we are, the more we help each other, the more we all succeed. And I really appreciate you for doing this for that reason. Um, but yeah, so as far as my music right now, I have a couple of things in the works. Like I have a few music videos, I have a few songs, but I'm not rushing them because, things take time to blossom. So
Yeah,
we are going to be hosting a Halloween event. I love Halloween; it's my favorite. So that's going to be coming up. I'll be putting that out there, and I do have a link tree. I have 4 music videos out right now. I'm on Spotify, I'm on SoundCloud. Um, each music video is very different, and I think that that's like my happy place is the music videos and performing, because I can bring together all the different aspects of creation as far as, the costuming, the design, the colors, the aesthetic, the vibe, the music, the
yeah,
dancing, all of that can come together. So that's where I really love to be, because I can bring all these different creative things. I'm like a
yeah.
multifaceted being and have all these different things that I'm working on and evolving and crafts. And I think most of us are, we're multi-gifted. So to like really utilize them and bring them all together. And yeah. So anyway, that's what I got going on.
Yep. And that's what I noticed. You're in the mix of everything. Your graphic designing, your photography, your modeling, your singing. I hope you get into some acting right now. Big, right? Get your
I was
acting game
thinking
up.
about that. Yeah,
That's
yeah. It's
that's one thing
funny.
I know. Yeah, I think every native, everybody should get their acting game up right now, especially when the light is on us right now. There's gonna be a lot of new stories coming out. So I know casting agencies are looking to fill these spots, and who's the next one, so there's so many
Definitely.
opportunities out there. And that's one thing about using these things is like a portfolio. It's kind of like a resume for these guys of what you're doing right now. And so they look up you, they look up your following. So use it wisely.
Yes. I feel
Yeah.
like you're on that game. That's good. Might have to take
Well,
some tips
hey,
from you.
that's the tips. Get into some acting. Get into some acting right now. Yep. All
Okay,
right,
okay.
Luna.
I'll look into that. Manifested.
Yep. Manifest. Big screen. But I want to hold you too long. I
Yeah,
think
no, thank you. So question though, what about you? What you got going on? Do you have any upcoming stuff?
uh yeah, I got a lot of new songs. I've just been editing. Right, for me it's all visuals. So I'm trying to get some music videos out there.
Yeah.
Right. How does that look like? So I'm trying to like also envision all that too. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, cool.
Hmm.
Tight. All
Yeah,
right.
we'll see you around, Luna. Thank you
Okay.
for the message. Thank you for doing this interview. It means a lot.
Yes. No, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm honored. It's
All
nice
right,
to see you,
Luna.
brother.
Yeah. Have a good day. Highest order.
What up? What up?
What's good? What's good? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just
All right, man.
living that creative dad life. Shoot.
Always,
You're
always.
waking up my baby right now, talking too damn loud.
All right, calm down. Quiet. But that's what's up, man. So let me, as far as like everybody they're going to be watching this later. This is going on a lot of the platforms I'll be using right now, promoting these Instagram live interviews as well as what you got going on. So can you tell us about? I know you've been doing YouTube, and I've been following you for a long time on your YouTube channel, and I love the content. I love what you're pushing out. I love, that also the energy on there. I always know when I'm gonna watch your stuff on YouTube, I'm gonna have some smiles. I'm gonna, enjoy the good vibes you share on that platform. But can you tell the listeners who you are and what you do? What's your message?
Fuck yeah, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate hearing that too. It's always good to hear what the
Yeah,
content does to people, because sometimes it feels like you just throwing that shit out for the boy and just like
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
I just did it there, and then you just move on with your day to day. But basically, name is Brian Martin Wilson. Got a fucking YouTube channel where I smoke weed and talk about things. And
Yeah.
that is the basis of the channel. It's this kind of ever evolving thing. I just realized I haven't uploaded shit in fucking 6 months because just got a
Hmm.
newborn. So basically, I don't know. Like
Congratulations.
I haven't been in that space where I feel like I can do it yet. You know what I mean?
It
Like
takes
sometimes
time. It takes time.
there's things where you kind of just like put it to the side for a little bit and you
Yep.
come back to it later, and that's how I
Yeah.
felt with the YouTube channel a lot lately. I
Yep.
actually got deep into painting in the meantime. I got into fucking oil painting, and
Yeah.
yeah, this is a piece that I actually created like within the last couple months right here. It's not finished yet, but
Bro, did you take art class?
yeah, I took like courses in college and whatnot. Like I didn't get a
Hmm.
degree or anything like that, but I took figure painting classes. I took like collage class. I just did whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So when did you start getting into content creating though? What got you into that?
Originally, it was I had a roommate and he was just like, let's just start making videos. So we had a highest order channel originally, like years back before the one that I have out now. But
Hmm.
he literally just fucking forgot the password to that shit.
Yeah.
so
It
we
happens.
so we just had
It
to start a whole
happens.
new channel. And
Oh man.
and then like I kind of like took the reins of it, and he's popped in and out sometimes too, but mainly we saw other people doing it, and we were just like, well, fuck, we could do that. And I think that is a lot of times, like if you have that thought, like, oh, I can do this. Like even if you start doing it, you're like, oh, this is fucking harder than I thought. Having that thought means it's something that you should go out there and give a shot. Just because like that to me is like I don't want to get too deep or anything, but that's kind of like that inner creator kind of like guide in a certain way. Like man, I feel like I could do that, and a lot of my life, like I've just kind of tried to follow that sort of impulse to be like, hey, yeah, why not? Like, let's give it a shot. So
Mhm.
it definitely ended up going further than I initially thought. And then like there's this big thing that happened with YouTube where they just started demonetizing all content that had like any sort of weed or any sort of drug references or anything like that. So
Oh, so you can't get monetization still right now?
no, yeah, I can't get any videos
Wow.
monetized, and like when that happened, it definitely just like kind of like took the wind out of the sails for a little bit. But
Hmm.
then I started getting these like sponsorships with like some of the like the Daily High Club and then the M Box,
Yeah.
those different like
Wow.
things. But honestly, like after a while, what the M Box once weed got legalized, they just went under. Like a ton of companies just went under with legalization because so many people couldn't come into compliance. So like
Hmm.
honestly, man, I'd be missing the medical weed days. But
Yeah.
that was a big thing that happened, and also like it made it like to me because I was the other thing that I was working with. They're kind of just sending like these songs that I'm not at my core. I'm not sitting there like, oh yeah, I can really get behind like slinging these fucking like cheap ass weed
Yeah.
boxes. You know what I mean? So I started kind of like taking the channel away from that, and of course it led to less views. But for me, like I didn't necessarily get into it to like have good views in the first place. Like, I honestly can't really tell you. Like I said, it was just like, oh, I think I could try that. That's about as far into it as I thought. But now that it's been a channel that's been out there for years, and I hear stories like my cousin. He just got out the pen. He was in there for fucking 14 years, and the first time I
Wow.
saw him, he was like, "Hey, cousin, I was watching your videos when I was in the pen." I was just like, this happened like
Wow.
it was at my niece's high school graduation too, so it was like I was
You
already
never
kind of
know
in an
who's
emotional
watching it.
place. They told me
Wow.
that I was like, oh, that's pretty beautiful to
Whoa.
be honest. Like, because like I didn't start the channel intending to like do that. You know what I mean? Like, man, I'm
Hmm.
gonna freaking do this to entertain my cousins who were locked up. Like, that wasn't what I meant to do. But like, when you think about it, like, man, when you're in a situation like that, and like the fact that technology could like give you that sense of home again in a certain way, like no matter how
Hmm.
disconnected it is, it's just like, fuck, like I didn't even think about that type of shit when even going into this, and yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. It's a trip where people find your music or find like your channel, and what they're going through at that time. Everybody, it's a trip. That's a good story right there. Dang, cousin. He's like, that's my cousin.
For real, and he said he was showing it to
Yeah.
people in there, like, oh, this is my cousin, he got a YouTube. I'm just like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
That's what's up, dude. And
Might have been one of
so
them
what?
thumbs up. Didn't even think about it.
Uh, did you like my stuff? Did you tell people in there about me?
Did you subscribe?
Yeah, we got some subscribers there in prison.
For
They
real.
better. Yeah. So you've just been painting. You haven't been putting out much YouTube content.
Nah.
Have you been thinking about putting anything out,
So,
documenting your
so I kind of,
fatherhood, dad life now?
I kind of, I kind of shot myself in the foot to be honest. With my last video I uploaded, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna change the channel up. I'm gonna start doing these type of videos because I've been watching a lot of these videos that are like, kind of like video essays, like with different histories and whatnot, or like, and
Oh, okay.
I've been into that shit because it's like I'm a I'm a big like nerd, so I like learning and stuff. So I like watching like
Yeah.
documentaries and videos and shit like that. So I was like, man, I'm gonna try and make some content like this, but around native issues. And man, I'm like, dude, that shit takes a lot of fucking work to do something that I feel like I can actually put out there. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I've got no degree in native studies and nothing like that, so honestly kind of like, man, I'm gonna have to backtrack on that a little bit and start releasing content like I used to. But mainly also on my channel, I like to just like support different music that I enjoy, like with album
Mhm.
reviews or different shit that I watch. Just like try and, for me, it started to get to a point where it's like, okay, there's all this like entertainment that I could take in and whatnot, and it could just be this indulgent thing where I just like take it in and that's all. Or I could take that experience and make some art out of it, create something with that. So it was like, okay, if I'm like smoking up and I'm watching this, but I'm gonna make a video on it and like continue to contribute to the channel, it's like, oh, you get into this loop of like productivity in a way. And honestly, some of the videos too, like it started to feel like that, like a little bit like, oh, I'm doing this just to be productive in a certain type of way. So I'm honestly like
Mhm.
reevaluating like, why am I doing this? Like I like that you ask people why a lot, because I think that's a huge part of the artistic process. Like you got to ask yourself why a lot of times, because your
Yep.
why almost is the biggest part of what you're doing. And
Mhm.
for a while, like I was saying before, I wasn't really asking myself why, but I'm asking myself why a lot more in my artistic processes, especially in being a parent. And I'm slowing things down a little bit, but I think at the end of it, I'm gonna be putting out like some stuff that I could really feel like I could stand behind, and stuff that like
Yeah.
I want like relatives to be able to see, and like it be something that really, really is what's up. What's up, baby man? You wake up?
Yeah. So you got your son? You have a baby son now?
Yeah.
Nice, brother. Congratulations on that, man.
Oh man.
All right. His debut. Nice. World debut. What's
Oh, he's
up,
ready.
baby? Nice, man. Couple months old, huh?
Yeah, 7 months now.
7 months, man. That's what's up. I tell you what, I kind of realized that, I'm sure you have nieces and nephews, and I seen my sister, and I also been through it too because I had to babysit a lot, so I had to put a lot of things on hold. A lot of things had to wait some days, because I had to watch the kids. But when you have your own child, that realization, like, oh, my process kind of it has to change now. And that's, for me, it took a while to kind of, I respected that. I wanted to be a dad first, wanted to take in those first years, those moments, and just focus on all that. But now that she can talk, she can play, we can do things together. It's I have more time now. I can have, and I can bring her into it. She can watch me, she can learn things with me. This is what this does, this is what the microphone does, and all these things. So it's a beautiful way, it's a beautiful process being an artist and also being a parent, and the journey of trying to give attention to both, both sides, both selves. Because it's a story that's going to be told together at one point. So we got to cherish these moments, cherish the time, and give attention to both sides. Because you are a creative individual, you have talent, and you should definitely be in acting too. Because you should be in a movie, man, already. And but I think strive high, bro. Why not? That's the thing, is keep doing it, keep doing what you got to do.
Hey man, when things fall on my plate, I'll eat it.
I hope they do, bro. I hope they do. You got a lot of talent, man.
Man, I appreciate that. Likewise, brother. I
Yep.
remember the first time I heard your music was Brother Shane. We are getting ready to go up against the theater up on the mountain for a ceremony, and then he just turned on "Fuck You, America," and I was just like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah." And that's
I
that's
like
just
it.
the perfect scenario to be playing that song too, because
Yeah.
fucking that's one of the things about like being like an indigenous parent too. Like it's a different path. You know what I mean? It's not the it's like honestly like an active rebellion against like the shit that this fucking country has given us. And
Yeah.
in that rebellion, like, when you got fucking anthems like that playing just to fucking like help you stack up a little bit while you doing shit. That's like,
Yeah,
you
because
know,
when we were
I'm
kids, we
sure
didn't.
like me telling you that, it's like, oh shit, like, you know,
Yeah.
did you like put that song out thinking like, hell yeah, I want this to be that fucking slapper people put on before ceremony?
Yep. Exactly. Yep. Yep. Hell yeah, dude! I made that for people to, in those moments where they gotta say "fuck you," but they can't really say "fuck you," and all right, well, this is a song. Let me say it for you. You know, and I kind of wanted to normalize that phrase, that saying, because everybody has their right to say what they feel. So I kind of wanted to kill those vibes of people saying "fuck you," "fuck this," "fuck that," anti this, anti that. You know, so I kind of wanted to bring like, okay, well, you just got to get used to it because America is messing up. You know, so there's a lot of people pissed off. So let me give you a message that kind of make you kind of sing along to it. You know, without it is, I say the F word a lot in that song, but it is kind of catchy. So here you go. But yeah, yeah. And that's the thing as a parent. Now you got a kid. Now your kid's gonna be watching YouTube. Now your kid's gonna be on their own iPad, their iPhone. So they're looking up
I done said a
other
lot of
people, other
inappropriate things.
yeah. And there's a lot of people of other cultures, other races, telling your kid about life, telling this kid this is what it is, this is what it ain't. You know, so where's our indigenous people filling these gaps? Because we need native people learning from, you know, hopefully native other natives, which feels good when you're a kid or when you're a parent and you're knowing that your child is watching native stuff, you know, made by native people on
And
YouTube.
it's like
Or
actually good shit too, don't suck.
yeah, yeah, some good stuff, good quality info, whatever it is, you know. But right now, it really majority of it ain't. So that's where we come in as creative dads and start creating for the children.
For
Just kidding.
reals. On some Mr.
But yeah,
Rogers type ish.
yeah, bro. Yeah, that's what it is, man. Let me see how much time. Yeah, we got time. But is there anything else, brother? Any
Say that
messages?
again?
Is there anything else you want to share? I don't want to hold you up with your kid, you know.
It's all just processing right now. So I don't really got nothing to share with nobody. Just love and freaking like honest intentions out there. Everybody just I know everybody's going through some hard shit, and I guess like one thing that I could say is that something that I've kind of been realizing a lot is that when we are going through those hard times or when we're missing something or there's just that feeling that like things aren't right, a lot of times it's honestly a recognition and sort of an honoring for when things are right or that thing that you are missing. So in these times of like pandemic and whatnot and all this crazy stuff going on, I think it's been helping me to look at all these experiences and help them remind me how much I really do appreciate all the stuff that I'm missing, like just missing being able to see people as much as often and
Yep.
just all of that. Like it really does just show like how much love is out there. And I think like honestly all the conflict that is going on is showing us how much love really is out there because if we were acting out like this, I think it wouldn't really show that we really cared, you know what I mean?
Yep. I feel it, brother. Well, thank you for joining this live, man. I thank you for the vibes. Always the positivity, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Well, I can't wait to see more content that you're gonna be putting out, bro. Whatever, however you decide to do that, you know, I'll be tuned in and I'll be watching because and we gotta talk about some more. If there's anything else you want to share, promote, you know, I'm always here to help.
I appreciate that. And
Yep.
likewise, once the channel starts getting rolling again, we
Yep.
link up, do some more collabs.
Always, man. Well, have a good day with you, your son, your family. Keep
Yes,
creating, keep painting. I love the messages, and always, man, we'll always stay connected, bro.
sir.
All right, brother. Have a
All
good one,
right.
man.
You have a good one.
You too, bro. All right. Yep, but that's what it is right now. Something in my mouth. I hope everybody has a good day. Those are the vibes. Until then, you got tuned in. This is what we're going to do. Have a good day, y'all.